Good morning and welcome to the live launch of my Christmas Foilables. Bear with me while I just refresh my computer. Okay, brilliant. That's all working. Let me put my glasses on. Excellent, got some people joining me, thank you, on this rather wet and horrible morning. Well, it is here anyway. Oh, now my computer's frozen, brilliant. This is a good start. Morning. Morning Christine, morning Hazel. Let's refresh my computer, hope I don't miss anybody. Okay, okay. So, hi Glenda, morning Patsy. Excellent, going to give people just a little bit of time. Morning Jackie, just to join us. And Sue. Hi Hilary. Have you got bright sunshine? Oh my goodness. I've had to take Merv to work today, couldn't go on his bike, it was tipping it down. Hi Karen. Hi Sire. I didn't read your message, but I will read it when I finished. Oh, hi Andreen. Hi Janine. It's the big day, Andreen. You can buy your Foilables now. Hi Jeanette. Morning Maxine. Hope you're having a lovely time. Hope the frog's legs were good. It's lovely and sunny there as well. Wow. We're in the middle of having our roof done and it's been tipping it down. They gave up yesterday mid-morning because it was chucking it down, and again today. So they won't be here today either. Morning from a rainy Dorset. Yeah, I thought that there was something. At least it's going to clear up by lunchtime, which is what we need. So I have to say, so I will say good morning. Morning Nova, lovely to see you. Well, I can't see you, but it's lovely to know you're watching. Hi Michelle. I want to just say morning Lynn. Right. Morning Belinda. I am going to get this out, honestly. Hi Jill. Okay. Right. Yeah. Morning Jeanette. Yeah, I don't blame you walking the dog later. It is going to clear up apparently. So, right. Morning Joan. I'm going to say my bit now. So if I don't say good morning to you, it's because I want to get this out. Okay, so it doesn't quite feel right doing this live, if I'm honest. It was quite a difficult decision this morning whether to go ahead or not, but with everything that's going on with the passing of Her Majesty the Queen and everything, and today with the fact that they're going to be moving the coffin and everything, so, but I also felt, I know how therapeutic crafting is to people, and I know that I've really found it certainly helped me through some tough times, and this was all planned, you know, a long time ago, and you have to carry on, I suppose. So yeah, I just want to say it is a difficult one, but like I say, the retailers have been so supportive. I've totally sold out. I have no more to restock the retailers with. So all I'm saying is, if you do want the Christmas Foilables, which I hope you do, then I would get them fairly soon, because once they're gone, they really are gone. And I didn't go really high on lots, like really high on the stocks, because of it being Christmas and everything. So thank you for the comments. They're whizzing up, so I can't read them properly, but I will read them afterwards, obviously, because I do like to know that that I've read everything. So I have pinned a list of stockists to the top of my Julie Hickey Designs page, and they are available from and they're available now from Dragon's Papercraft, from Forget Me Not Craft Cabin, from Maximum Crafts, from Craft Stash, from Craft Bliss, from Let's Create, and they are also winging their way across the pond to Simon Says Stamps in America, and also they're winging halfway across the world to Australia to Arts and Crafts Supplies Online Australia. So they will be with them not until next week, but with Simon Says they should be there. I think it's today, yesterday I think it was, maybe it's today, but it takes a few days for it to get online. So yep, but everywhere in the UK they will be live now. And yeah, so I'm going to flip the camera and let's have a look at the products. Bear with me. Okay, so let's get a nice little view. I should have said I'm going to look at the products and show you some beautiful inspiration from the design team, and then I'm actually going to show you how they work. I'm going to make a card as well. So, and I do want to thank everybody for joining me this morning, so especially on this, well, it's a horrible wet morning in Hawley. Okay, so we have, let me just tap them so I can see what it is. There's 2 packets, and one's called Christmas and one's called Festive. And the Christmas pack has 95 elements in there, and I'm going to tip them out so that we can have a look at them. And then the Festive has 104, so lots in there. Great value as always, but great value for the amount that you're getting. So I'm just going to move that up a little bit, and I am going to tip the contents out just so that we can have a little look at what you get. So there are trees. The reason it's called Christmas die cut foilables is because of the big Merry Christmas. We've got the lovely houses in here as well. So there's several of each. I think I try to do, or most of them I try to do about 3 of each. So we've got the lovely poinsettia and holly as well. We've got the triangle trees, but I've also included the little tubs, so you can use those if you want to. Also got the nice sentiment. I love this sentiment actually. It's really lovely. A nice long one, so you could put this inside your card as well if you wanted to. Again, you can foil them if you want to, but you don't have to. You can use them as they come. So there should be, there's about 3 of those, I believe. Got the Noel as well. Got the little postage stamp which came with the houses. Got lots of little holly, which is so useful just for filling in different areas and corners and what have you. Got some different sentiments. So we've got your Christmas be merry and bright. We've got the Noel. We've got from our house to yours. We've got wishing you a wonderful Christmas. So several of those. Got more of the triangle trees. Again, got the pots for them to sit in. Got the lovely one with all the Christmas wording on it as well. So you've got merry and bright, peace, season's greetings, Noel, joy, Christmas and festive. And again, you've got the lovely tubs to put them in. We've got the tree, the triangle tree that's got the, oh, we've got that one there, the poinsettias on. Oh, we've got this lovely one as well with the dotty one. So you could put dots of pearls, or you could put dots of glitter glue on this one over the top of the foiling as well. That one obviously wouldn't need the pot. We've got little poinsettia. We've got some stars, which are lovely to put around the houses as well. Got sending you a sprinkling of magic this Christmas time. Again, like I say, lots of holly, all the pots. I made sure that there was enough, there was a pot for every tree that you get. So let's put these where they go, and then you'll get an idea of what's in here. We've got some season's greetings. We've got believe in the magic of Christmas. So I tried to do some different sentiments. We've got them in different sizes as well. We've got the little seal with the holly. Got a lovely wreath here as well, or a garland, whatever you want to call it. Another poinsettia. Got have yourself a merry little Christmas. Got season's greetings. Another from our house to yours. All the pots. Got Christmas wishes. And the Noel. So lots of different sentiments to use. Something I think that should cover all the different people that you might send them to. So whether you want a more traditional sentiment, or if you're sending them to somebody, a younger person, you've got the Believe in the Magic of Christmas or Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And the seals, season's greetings, more hollies, and Christmas wishes. So that is your 95 pieces in your pack. So lots there to get creative with. And I'm going to show you some sample cards now. So that is the Christmas die cuts. I'll put that to one side. And then these are the samples for the Christmas set. This one, I did this with, oh, let me put my light up because that's off my face now. Look how lovely that looks. I did this in purple, pink and blue. And I want to see lots of hearts, okay? And I just inked around the edge as well of the foilables. Now, I will touch that on when I do the next pack. Okay, so beautiful with the, I've used a pink foil for the sentiment up here, and I've used the blue foil. And again, I always recommend the, let me get hold of it, the fab foils to use with them. You can use an iron, a laminator, which is what I prefer to use. I know lots of people like a little travel iron. You can do it with, I believe you can do it in through the foiling machines. You just need to have the right foil because you need some heat, but you need some pressure as well. So as long as you're using a toner foil, then I can't see why you can't use a foiling machine. Right, so that's the, and I use some snowflakes as well. So they might be in the other pack because there weren't any, yeah, that I can see they are. They're in the festive pack. Then I wanted to show how well they coordinate beautifully with what we've already got for Christmas. So we've already got Hazel's stencil that I use with a white ink pad, the picket fence. And I used my stamp, my poinsettia tag, which I embossed. But then I added that beautiful gold foiled sentiment. Isn't that lovely? So they mix and match. You don't have to just have them to be using as foilables. Use them in with what you've got already. This one, I created a lovely inky background and used my Layers, Banners and Frames square die, and then added the glitter skinny frame, and then I added my houses, and these are foiled in silver. So I thought that went lovely with the blue. And then From Our House to Yours and a few glosses. This would look lovely with some stars dotted around as well. But just really lovely, quick and easy, but using the lovely backgrounds that we've already created. Or you might, I don't know about you, but I've got a stash of them and I never get round to using them. So perfect. I love this one that Philippa made where she's used, again, combined things that we've already had. So she's used her stencil in the background, but then she's foiled her trees. She's done 2 gold and a red one, which I love. And she's coloured the flowers green, but used gold foil on them. It's beautiful. And then inked. So the foil acts as a resist. So you can use sprays with them. You can use alcohol markers. You can use watercolour pencils. You can colour with ink pads. And the foil will act like a resist. So you can see all that beautiful red foiling. But Philippa has inked the background of the tree in a dark green. Just fabulous. I love this that Hazel did. I was actually going to do this, and then Hazel had already, she showed me what she'd made, and it's like, I don't need to do the stencil now. So she's used the cloud stencil from Kazzy's collection. She's used the snowflake from hers, and then she's used the stag as well, and the little trees. It just all combines and works perfectly. And Hazel hasn't foiled these. She's left them black, but just coloured them. And I don't know if it's ink pads or it might be pencils actually, because she does love to use her pencils. But it just looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then this one from Philippa, where she's used lots of the little bits and pieces that you get. So this is a perfect way. Create your own wreaths. She's used one of the flowers. I think this comes from the other set actually. And then we've got Peace and Joy. I picked it out because to show with these ones because of all the little bits of holly. Because it's really interesting to see a card made with the little bits and pieces. And again, she's used a mix of spearmint and green Oh, it's beautiful. Isn't that lovely? When you, I hadn't even noticed that there's two different. There's the dark green, which I've got out, and then she's got spearmint as well, which is it's like an icy green. It's really lovely, but the colours together just look beautiful. And then I've got this one from Emma Smith, where she's created an aperture card. Again, used the layers, frames and banners, the circle die, and she's put beautiful royal blue foiling on. It matches her card beautifully, and again with the sentiment and the little bits of holly. So this is great. The hollies are perfect just to adorn your sentiments. Lovely way to use them up. And then I've got this one from Philippa, where she's used the little houses again and put some stars and some glosses and the little Merry Christmas, the little postage stamp. And again, she's actually put it onto a red card, but she's actually foiled it in red as well. So just minimal little bits of colouring, which is great for quick and easy Christmas cards, definitely. And then I love how she's combined it with her the merry wording. And she's done that. She's cut that out of a lovely, well, she's actually foiled something. So she's used one of the foilables and then die cut the word merry from it, which is lovely. And she's used the two little poinsettias, which she's coloured in with blue markers. I would think it's probably alcohol markers, but she's foiled them in silver. It's just gorgeous. And then she's used the joy stamp in the background, but just parts of it. You can't read that it's, you can read that it says joy. And then she's used the Noel foilable. Isn't that lovely? It's not till you actually look at them up close and everything and really appreciate the work that's gone into them. It's stunning. This one I did with the tree, but I used just gold foil, and again with the sentiment. So you get, in the other pack, you get lots of merry or happy, and then lots of Christmases, so you can decide which sentiment you want to put with which. And I used the dinky rectangle frames, dies, and I just embossed it, so dry embossed it. And then the last one for this pack is again from Emma, and she's used a rose gold foil, which again, wow do. Isn't it beautiful? And it really, she's picked it up with the foiling that she used for her card. So the card stock is like a rosy gold around the edge of the black. I don't know if it's, yeah, there you go, you can see it now. So it works in perfectly with her foiling. And then I love, she's actually die cut one layer of the black onto the black card, but in black with the holly round the edge. Isn't that lovely? It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So they're the card samples from the Christmas foilables. Now we'll have a look at the festive. So if I bring this over, pop my cards down, my big pile of cards, and then we'll open this packet up. And this is where we get 104 in the packet. So again, amazing value. So we have the mistletoe, we've got the baubles, we've got big poinsettia, we've got the lovely robin. I'll move this down a little bit and then I'll have some room. We've got the borders, and we've got both borders. Got little wreath, so several of those. And it's a different size, I believe, to the other one. So we've got more baubles. And we've got our little cuties. So we've got, move that up there. We've got the robin, got a little poinsettia. Got more of the borders, more of the robins, more of the mistletoe. And we've got the robins in different sizes, which I think are so cute. They're all slightly different, I think. And then we've got the branch as well for him to sit on. We've got the little penguin. We've got Rudolph and the robin. And we've got the snowman. So, like I say, there's, I think it's like 2 or 3 of most things. try to even it out a little bit so that you had lots of different bits that would work together. Again, we've got some holly, we've got some mistletoe, we've got some sentiment, so we've got sending you joy, we've got wishing you a wonderful Christmas, got some of the Christmases, so get lots of Christmases like that. We've got season's greetings in different sizes, and again the Christmas. And like I say, so that is so that you can say either Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas, because you've got all the little words. Got sending hope and joy, again in different sizes. And all the little bits of mistletoe. So perfect to, like we saw on the cards, where the design team have used them to adorn their sentiment. So just add them to the edges. Or they're good like little fillers as well. Or like Philippa had done, where she created her own wreath. So gosh, this is going to take me a while. And it did last time when I got them all out. When I get them, I have to get them all out and then take a photo, lay them all out and then take a photograph. Yeah, it takes a little while. So, but I've got some beautiful cards, so don't go anywhere, because I do have some beautiful cards to share with you. So lots of little snowflakes in different sizes. More season's greetings, and we've got peace, love and joy. And like I say, if you are thinking about getting some, then I wouldn't leave it too long, because like I say, they're all gone. I don't have any more to send out to the shops, so once they've sold them, that will be it. Okay, nearly there. I couldn't do this beforehand, that's the trouble, because I haven't got any left. This is my last pack. Okay, so we've got sending hope and joy, a couple more bits of holly, some more Christmas. But you can see there's lots in the packet. You're going to have lots of fun with them. They're so easy to use, whether you're using a laminator, whether you're using an iron, however you want to do it. They are such fun to work with. So that is what you're getting in your festive pack. That is your 104. I think I might have lost some. I think the stars came out of the other packet actually. So I think the star was in the other packet. So I'm going to move this out of the way and bring in the cards to show you. So this one I created again using Hazel's lovely stencil in the background. Foiled it with, I foiled the bow in red and I foiled the mistletoe in green, and it was really easy to do. I just cut my foil so that the red was over the bow. In fact, I think I put 2 pieces down. I might have put it through twice even, because don't forget that if you miss a piece, you can just put it back through the laminator. Doesn't affect what you've done, but if there's a piece of toner, the toner ink that is still there, then the foil will adhere to it. And then I did the wishing you a wonderful Christmas in gold. So a real mixture. One thing I wanted to mention, and I forgot, was in the process of making these, they are die cut, they're laser cut. So you might get a little bit of discoloration around the edges. But if you ink the edges, or if you're going to colour them, things like that, I really don't think it matters. I mean, on this one, Jo hasn't done anything around the edge of the birds, but because it's gone to a coloured background, it doesn't show. It's absolutely fine. But I do want you to be aware that there is a slight, I want to call it a tinge really, around the edge sometimes. Sometimes it's worse than others, sometimes it's okay, but I think these are pretty good. So, but just so be aware, because they are laser cut, it is how it is done in the process, and there is nothing, you know, that's what the process is. Look how lovely that looks in that light. Woo-hoo. Okay, back to Jo's card. So I love again how she's used some of the wording, an inky background she had. She's used Hazel's stencil, and then she's coloured the birds. She's foiled them in the lovely rose gold, and then she's coloured them with ink pads and a water brush, or it might have been clean colour pens. Then this one I made, and again I used Hazel stencil. This time I dry embossed it, so I put it through with the embossing pad, and then I foiled my poinsettia in red and my message in red as well. And then I cut into it, so it's not got two, because I didn't want to use two of my poinsettias, but I just curled and shaped. I think I did three. Yeah, I thought I had three of the petals, just to add that bit of dimension to it. But you're still only using one of the actual die cuts. And in here I use some of the glosses as well, and a few sprinkled around. Then I love this one of Jo's with the cuties. I think this is absolutely beautiful. She's foiled this in gold. How lovely does that look? And then I love how she's done the sentiment as well with the rainbow colours on it. A really cute card. Any child would love that, or grown up. I think that's fabulous. And then I made this one with the baubles, and I have heat embossed the sentiment, the Christmas background. So again, just how you can combine them with maybe the stamps you've already got, things like that. Absolutely beautiful. And I've used the layers, rectangles and banners, the rectangle, and just scallop cut the edge onto a bit of glitter card, and then I foiled in blue, pink and purple, and just tied little knots with some ribbon just to add those to my baubles. This next card, I love this, that Jo has made. So she's used the border onto a red card, and I just think it just pops, absolutely pops. And then she's got some glitter card inside, and she's created a shaker just in that little aperture in the centre of her card. It's absolutely beautiful. And then I love how she's created little panels with her glitter as well. Really lovely. And she's foiled, no, she hasn't foiled these. These are just coloured. So it's been left black, and she's just coloured that in, and it looks like it might be pencils. Beautiful. Stunning. And then this one from Hazel with the cuties, which I love. And I love how she's put this little bit of stenciling in the background. So she's made it very Hazel, but then added the cuties just with a bit of glitter glue, very soft bit of colouring onto a bit of glitter cardstock. How fab are they? And she has actually gold foiled this one. Oh, she's foiled that as well. Oh, I don't know how she's done that. Oh, it might be with that special ink she had. That's beautiful. And then this one, again, is from Hazel. And she's used an embossing folder onto a bit of foiled card, which gives it a really interesting background. And then she's foiled in red the poinsettia border and wishing you a wonderful Christmas. So no colouring, just foiled, and a few glosses. What a fab, easy Christmas card. But it looks really expensive and just beautiful. Okay, so this one is one that Jo's done, and she's foiled in gold. I mean, look how lovely that Merry Christmas looks. I love it onto this scallop circle, just with that little hint of that red ink behind it. Really lovely and soft. I love that. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I will be doing that for some of my Christmas cards, definitely. And then this one, Jo has actually used the stencil, but she's used the deboss side. I don't know if oh yes, it is just about picking it up. So she's used the deboss side, and then she's inked it in the different colours, and then added the baubles in silver foil, which just looks so expensive. And I love like the cord on there as well, but it looks really elegant and like a very expensive looking Christmas card. She might, well, Hazel was watching. I don't know if she still is. It may well have been bonding powder, Michelle. I'm not sure. So Hazel, if you know what you used, to do this, because I think this is a stencil rather than a stamp, which is why I wondered if she's sponged the ink, this toner ink, through it. But I don't know for sure. So if Hazel is watching still, if you could let Michelle know, that would be great. This one I did, really simple, bit of red glitter card. I foiled with gold sparkle foil, and then I used my scoreboard just to emboss some lines around the edge of my card to create a frame. So when you're putting something small on a big card, if you go in and just use the scoreboard to create a little bit of scoring around the edge, it instantly makes the size of your card smaller. So then by putting something small on it, it doesn't look out of place. Oh, thank you, Christine. That's lovely. I hope you enjoy getting creative with them. I'm sure you will. This one's from Philippa, and I love how she's used the mistletoe behind by colouring them. Okay, so it was this sample, Hazel. I'll bring Philippa's card back in. It was this sample. How did you do this? How did you foil this? Was it with your special ink pad, or did you use bonding powder? Because I thought it was a stencil. I suppose you could have done it with ink and then put bonding powder on. Yeah, Michelle wanted to know how you created this in the background. Lovely. Okay, so Philippa's card, using the borders, top and bottom. One of the poinsettias in the middle, but she's used some of the mistletoe behind just to give that flower a lovely background. And again, it's all foiled in gold, so it looks really classy and expensive, but beautiful. Lovely colouring again. And then this one is from Hazel as well, and she's left them black this time. I love how she's done. I would imagine, Hazel, it's something you did this the same, because this has got a foiled background, and then the foilables have just been left black, but it's so effective, and I love it onto the little scallop circle with that black behind. Really sets it off. Oh, magic medium, right? Okay, might need you to do a little show and tell sometime. I love this as well. This is Hazel's, her beautiful stamp with a lovely sparkly powder on it, and then the foilables, but they've all been left black, and Hazel's just added some colour to them. It looks absolutely stunning, beautiful. And then another one from Hazel where she's used the Christmas background, her stencil, she's used her stamps, and then she's used one of the foilables, again left black, but just inked up this time. Really effective. Then this lovely one from Philippa, she's used the Christmas background, she's stamped and heat embossed in white, and then she's added just one of the borders and a couple of the robins, and how cute are they? All been foiled in red. It just looks beautiful. I love it on the craft as well with the robin, just coloured. Isn't it fun? Sometimes how you colour them in, it just really works. That's gorgeous. Then I've got a couple more cards from Emma Smith. So this one's been foiled with the gold sparkle wow. It's beautiful. Just two on either side of the square in the corner, the lovely sentiment in the middle, some gold foil and some glitter card. Really sets it off. It's absolutely gorgeous. So inside, but yeah, stunning, absolutely beautiful. And then a very different one. I love this in the pastels. So we've got the big poinsettia, got the baubles as well. They've all been foiled in silver. And then Emma has die cut from the poinsettia and holly dies in the lovely pastel colours with the silver glitter. We've got some acetate with Hazel's stencil on, which you can just pick up there. Sorry about the light. And then we've got my Merry Christmas profile die. So it just shows how beautifully everything works together. So whether you're using it with stamps, whether you're combining it, whether you use it just on its own, the foilables really are such fun to work with. They're so easy to work with as well. So I'm going to do a quick demo. So I will just pop these beautiful samples to one side. And bring in. So I thought it would be nice. I have a go at showing you how easy this card is to make. So I've gone ahead and done a few bits, but I was going to show you. So I'm going to use the fab foil. So I've got the glitter gold, I've got the red, and I've got the green. And lots of the retailers who are stocking the foilables will stock the fab foil as well. Bye, Hazel. Okay, so I have the sentiment ready. I've got my robin ready. I've got some greenery for him to sit on. And instead of holly at the top, I'm going to have mistletoe this time. So very similar. I've already gone ahead and die cut. I've used my layers, my rectangles, layers, frames and banners dies. I've used the outside 2 frames, and that gives me my waist from where it sits in. It gives me the inside, it gives me a skinny frame, and it also gives me the lovely frame ready to go. All that from that, just those 2 dies being done together. These layers, frames and banners dies are brilliant. So those bits I don't need. And then I have a piece of white card that I used Hazel's Christmas stencil, which I haven't cleaned. That's very naughty of me. And I die cut this through my embossing machine with an embossing pad. Unfortunately, I did it the wrong way round. So that is the emboss side and this is the deboss side. But I just thought it's so lovely, I can't waste it. So I'm going to ink this. Instead of using the worded background, I'm going to use this for my background. And then I've got white card blank and I've got some craft card. So I'm going to layer all that up, bit of ink in, and then we'll foil up the birds and everything. So I'm going to move this to one side. I'm going to bring, because I'm going to do some inking, I'm just going to put this down to protect my mat. And I'll do the inking first on my embossed piece. So I'm going to pick a green brush, blending brush, and I have Rustic Wilderness and pine needles and peeled paint. Just going to have a bit of a mixed, I don't know whether to do it mixed or in stripes, getting darker. If I do that, I would do it that way, I think. Yeah, let's do stripes. Okay, so I load my brush up, nice lot of ink on my brush, and I'm just going to bring that in and just softly work that ink over the bottom portion of my card. Okay, then I'm going to go to Rustic Wilderness. Again, load my brush up. I'm going to come in from the side and just gently build that colour up and the pressure. And it will help to bring the wording out a little bit, but you have to remember this is debossed and not embossed. So it's not going to show up as much as if it was on the other side. If I just turn this over quickly and I just ink the other side, you'll see what I mean. Because it would lift the wording up more. But it's fine, it's fine. It's given me some interest in the background, but without taking over. I want the bird and the sentiment to be the centre of attention. They're my focal point. Okay, so I'm coming in now with pine needles. This is a colour that I've had for ages, but just discovered how much I love it for my Christmas. Okay, so I'm going to come back in with a little bit of peel paint just to blend that out. Oh, I did do peel paint. It should have been Rustic Wilderness. That was the wrong one. Never mind. Okay, that's fine. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a cloth, because this is going to be quite wet. Let's get rid of this ink on here. Obviously I should really be putting that down onto a piece of card and not wasting all that lovely ink. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I've already put my fingers in it because it's quite wet. I'm just gonna wipe any excess ink that I can. There we go. All right, so that is ready now to go onto my card. So we'll save the fun foiling bit till the end. Okay, so I'm going to put my craft piece down first. You know what I should have done, don't you? I should have plugged my machine in and let it warm up. So I will do that. So firm around the edges. And then whiz my card over. And now obviously this is the embossed side, so you're going to need to put a little bit more glue because you've got the raised areas on there as well, just to help it stick down a bit better. And I had already pre-cut these so that they were the right size to go on, and I'm going to turn it over because the ink is still wet and I'm just worried about smudging it. If you're wanting inspiration, you will find most of the card samples are on our Pinterest boards. I'm not sure if Joe's are on there yet, but if they aren't, I will ask her to put them on ASAP. But there is lots of inspiration on there for all the cards that you've seen in the live as well. And I think anyone who comments at the end of the video, or you can comment, and you'll be in with a chance of winning the card. I'll do a set of cards. I'll do a set of 7 cards like I've done before with my collection and Hazel's collection. We'll give 1 card from each of the design team member to somebody, to a lucky winner. So you'd say, I'd like to win, and just comment afterwards, and then I'll pick somebody out. We'll leave it till Friday and we'll pick a winner on Friday. Okay, so we have our card, very different from the first one, so it's going to look different when we put our bits and pieces on, but I do like to do something different rather than make it exactly the same again. Okay, so let me bring in, I'm using a laminator. This was a cheapy one from an online store where I do lots of my shopping. It was from Amazon, and I'm going to put it onto hot. So it goes onto hot. You can hear it whirring, so it's, you know it's on, but you can't use it until this light on here goes green. So while that's getting ready, to actually foil, you need I use a piece of copier paper, so you can use it and use it and use it. And I lay down, let's bring that over a little bit. So I'm going to have my robin in red, I'm going to have my sentiment in gold, and I'm going to do my leaves in green. So I need to cut a piece of red foil. So you can either cut him small like the bird size. I tend to cut up to the line where the lines are on the foil and just use it as long as it's not touching any of the other toner other than the robin. That's all you will get. So I can place that down in here. In fact, I'll do them one at a time. Let's make it fun. So you obviously want to put it towards the bottom. You shut your piece of paper up, and then when the light goes green, you can pass that through. So we'll just wait for that to go green. So while that's happening, and you can keep using the same piece of foil until it's all gone. So all the colour from your foil, any that's still on there, and you can put your pieces through a number of times. Like I said, you don't have to just go through once. If it goes through once and you get a little bit that you've missed a bit, then put it back in and make sure you've got foil over the top of it with some colour in, and it will work. So this is the end of my gold sparkle. I need to get some more. So that's for my sentiment. Okay, how are we doing with the machine? It'll be nearly there. It only takes a couple of minutes. This was about, oh, I don't know, I think it was about £13, but they do offers periodically, so it's always worth looking. And I also bought a little travel iron, which I forget about because I just find that the laminator is consistent with the heat with the iron. You have to it's a bit of playing around until you get to know the iron, but once you do, it's absolutely fine. Marion swears by her iron. So now my green light is on, so I can pick up my piece. I always put the folded part through first, just because that's what I like to do. And once it starts feeding through, you just leave it to go through nice and slowly, like it does. And that is going between two rollers, so it's applying some heat and some pressure, and that will bond the foil to anywhere where there is black from the toner ink. So it's the toner ink that it is actually sticking to. So once it comes through the other side, lift it up, and you can see that your bird is completely stuck to your foil. Peel it back and just look how beautiful is that. It's so easy. I don't know if you saw my post. I went to my nieces and the girls who love to craft, little Grace and Eva, or not little Grace actually, it's big Grace now, but Grace and Eva, they love to craft, and we spent a lovely Saturday morning crafting away. In fact, we had to say, come on, we've got to stop now. But they just loved it. I demoed, like I'm demoing to them, showed them what they had to do, and then left them to it. And oh, did they have a fab time. So if you do have grandchildren, this is something that you could quite easily do with them. Obviously under supervision, because this is hot. But with care, yep, they had a fabulous time. And then they sat and coloured everything. It was lovely. Okay, so now I've put the leaves in. So I put them down in one corner. If anything gets caught up or moves and doesn't get completely foiled, just pop it through again. So look, I mean, it's just come out. They're absolutely beautiful. The lovely fine detail that you get as well. If for any reason you get, when it gets hot or starts to get hot, where the detail is quite close, if you just rub over with your nail, if there's anything there that shouldn't be there, it will come off because there'll be no toner ink for it to stick to. But yeah, I mean, get the light right. Oh, beautiful. Right, one more. I've got the sentiment. So again, I put the sentiment in and I just try to go right to the edge with your foil. I do tend to put the folded, like the scored side in first, and then once it bites you can let go and it will just do its stuff. So I have a little bit of colouring that I want to do on the robin, and I have my sponges ready because I'm going to ink around the edge of my die cuts as well. I just like that, how that finishes it off. I was just going to say, I don't know where I put my robin, and they're there. Never mind. Okay, right, last one. So this has got the lovely sentiment. It's just so beautiful. How wonderful does that look? And I just think adding the foil just adds that little bit of elegance, and I don't know, I think it really makes your card stand out. I do love it, I have to say. Okay, let me just put my laminator out of the way, bring my card back in, and I'm just going to do a little bit of colouring on the bird because I want to show you that you can use Markers you can use, I'm going to use my Distressed Oxides. I'm going to use it straight from the tin. Actually, I might just put it out. Oh, that's better. Look, I haven't got my my mat down to work on. I nearly squished the ink all over my desk. That wouldn't have been very good, would it? Okay, so just add in the little bit of colour I'm going to do, or do his beak and bits on his tail. And the foiling acts like a resist. My nib on my brush is a little bit fat. We should be okay. Okay, so I could go in if I wanted to with the green as well on the holly, but I don't want to because I know I want to sponge around the edge. So I'm going to bring in my sponge. I'm going to put a bit, I think I'm going to use Festive Berries actually. Candied apple is quite orangey. I'm going to use some Festive Berries. So I've just got a bit on my sponge, and then I'm just going to wipe that over around the edge. So if you were putting this onto a white background, this would help to make this stand off of the card. And if there was any of that slight discoloration around the edge, then that would be hidden if you wanted to put this directly onto a white card. I didn't make sure that my painting was dry, but it's fine. So just a bit of ink around the edge. So it's going to really lift it off as well. And then I've got some green just to go around. I should actually have just tested my sponge to see if there was enough red on there already, because there probably was. So just using, this has got a little bit of Rustic Wilderness on it. So that's one of the colours that we use for our background. So I know it's all going to tie in as well. And the same with the reds, because I used the reds for the card, for the robin, then we know it's going to tie in. Okay, so I'm going to get some foam pads and just blow all the bits off of my sponge. Pop that on the back, and I'm going to put my sentiment down first onto my card. I need to stand up to make sure it's in the right place, and then I'm going to chop my piece in half. Going to put that little piece on there, tuck any corners in if they overlap or overhang. Pop that on for the robin. So I can place my robin, making sure that his tail is inside my card, and then tuck his feet under on the branch. And then I think I'm going to curl and shape the mistletoe a little bit. So just using my pokey tool to give it a bit of dimension, and we will pop. My frame hadn't stuck. You might find it difficult sometimes sticking down onto a very inked background, so sometimes it's really worth just letting that ink dry and then adding your background, because sometimes you'll find it just will not stick. But that's done beautifully. Okay, so then I'm going to take some of the red glitter berries from Sugar Berries, and I'm going to add those. So I'm going to have one up there, one down there. I think we'll have one in the corner, and I'm actually going to put a couple. I know it's not holly, but I'm going to use medium ones. So I have a big one and a little one for all of them. And then I'm going to have two more. Oops. pop those on. Okay, so quite different in the finished result, but using the same elements on the card as well. So, but it's got that lovely inky background. You can still see the elements of the debossed stenciling, well, embossed stencil in the background. Okay, bear with me, I'm going to flip the camera. Okay, oh, let's come back into shot. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget that there is a list of stockists pinned to the top of my Julie Hickey Designs page. They are available from Dragon's Paper Craft, Forget Me Not Craft Cabin, Maximum Crafts, Craft Stash, Craft Bliss, Let's Create. They're on their way to Simon Says in America, and they are on their way to Arts and Crafts Supplies Online in Australia. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you for all the love and everything for the design team samples, because I have to thank them. I could not do this without them. They just are awesome. They are awesome. They really are. Don't forget about Pinterest. And like I say, when they're gone, they're gone. So have a lovely rest of the day. Thanks. Bye.